Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your reading. Now, let's see what Taurus needs to know. What does Taurus needs to know? Okay. Okay, let's see what's for you, Taurus. Not it. Take this one. Current strength. Main or side message? Side message. This one. Okay. Current. Not it. Not it. Side message. Options. Really, out of all these cards? Let's keep going, Taurus. Come on, Spirit. What else does Taurus need to know? I want to make it clear that I have to take this card, you know? This main or side message. Okay, technically it's a side message, but you know what? I'm just gonna leave it right here. Okay. Not it. Wait. Okay, so no, I did have it right. Not it. Option. This one? Okay, so adamant that's a side message, but what about this one? Okay. Now, Spirit, I already said it. I'm not doing side messages until the beginning of next month, which would be August. Let's see, for Taurus, you have the Father, Faith, 8 of Water, 4 of Earth, 4 of Water, Body and Mind, 9 of Fire, and the Scribe. Okay, Taurus, I do not know why, but right now I'm hearing that you're in a position of power. You're in a position of power and seek obedience, so you could be a supervisor in some way, shape, or form. Either influencer or the main influence in your group. Potentially a parent figure. Sorry about that. As I was saying, you may also be a parental figure. For some of you, you may be expecting blind obedience, which is different than regular obedience. Blind obedience is more of don't talk back, don't question me, what I say goes. End of story, end of discussion. Just because I said so. It's more of in the sense of you're obeying someone without having full understanding of why you're being asked to do something or behave a certain way. And just to be clear, that doesn't only apply to parents, because for the vast majority of you, that's in a sense how you're coming across. You have the expectation to be listened to. You're not looking for someone to understand you. If you want to be listened to, obeyed, respected. Don't question me. Don't question me, just follow orders. So in some way, shape, or form, y'all could be acting in a supervisory position. I'm also hearing lack clear instructions. But that's the energy you're basically embodying right now. What I say goes, you lack clear instructions on why you're explaining yourself. Some of you may even feel like you don't need to explain yourself. As far as the energy around you, it's like people take you at your word. Although you may not make the best decisions, you make the decisions you make for the good of others. It's not for personal gain or power. It's because you truly care. So for some of y'all may even be females embodying this kind of energy, because I'm also hearing that you may not be the best motherly figure, but you mean well. So yeah, if you are a female, you may be moving in a lot of masculine energy right now, but the people around you, like the environment that you're currently in, it does involve more than one person, and they see it as you mean no harm in what you say, you mean no harm in what you do. It's to make me better and stronger. Like they're moving off faith that you mean that you're moving with the best intentions. I thought this would come off as a weakness, but this comes off as your strength. You're not acting out of a place of jealousy or ego, pride, or a sense of self-fulfillment. One moment, because with the 8 of water, I sometimes get this one wrong. With not so much I get it wrong, it's just that the book definition slips my mind when I read this card intuitively. Because I'm used to getting the negative side of this card, but for you it's actually the positive. Where you're moving off the sake of others. Like, don't look over here, look over there. You're the one behind the scenes directing someone for their self-fulfillment. Like, say for example, say if there's someone around you that wants to be cast in the lead role, or they want the new positions that's opened up, you're the person working behind the scenes, directing them and guiding them on how to get it. And you're literally the person, like, don't pay attention to the man behind the curtains. Don't pay attention to the woman behind the curtain. Keep your eye on the person that's right there in front of you. Yeah, let me get the book real quick as well, just in case there's something I missed. Yeah, still fire. One moment. Because like I said, with the 8 of Water, I'm usually used to getting the negative aspect of it. But with the positive, a positive state of 8 of Water, a positive state of appreciation, the attitude of gratitude, create a positive environment. You are definitely doing that. Be prideful, not boastful. Cherish what you have now. If you are already unhappy, more will not make you happier. Focus on all that is good in your life. Question an unnecessary desire for more. So it speaks to gratitude and appreciation. But this doesn't come off that way. It's more of you want more for the other people around you. Like if there's something that someone else wants and they make it known, you go out of your way to make it happen. But it's weird because not. I'm gonna clarify this card because I never got like the negative aspect but in a positive light. Because usually it's the negative aspect when you're trying to obtain more, but it's usually done out of jealousy. You don't want someone else to have what you rightfully deserve. You feel like you don't have enough, so you're seeking more, trying to steal someone else's fame or glory. But for you, you're not taking away anything. You're making sure that someone else has. So it could be some of you are grateful what you already have, and if the opportunity came to you first, you would happily pass it on to the next person you feel like is either more deserving, has worked for it, earned it. I'm hearing because it's all they can think about and talk about, and you're not the right, and that you're not the right person for the job. Sort of in a sense, it's kind of like self-sacrificing. Anyway, Taurus. And for your present moment, you have the 4 of Earth. I'm hearing work on creating healthier boundaries, encroaching on the rights of others, keep a respectful distance. You're overworking yourself just a little too much, so you may be going out of your way, like above and beyond, to play a supporting role. With lack of consideration to yourself, because usually with the father, so now may make a little more sense, because with the father, you're being overbearing, my way or the highway, people around you, is for the greater good. You mean well, you're just doing what's best. making sure others have and that their dreams come true, but you're working yourself to the bone to do it, and you may be crossing personal boundaries. Like if someone doesn't want your help or request your help, you're still going to go out of your way to do something to move things along. And not only that, you're draining yourself dry, because at what point do you take a break to rest and recuperate? You want to be the one to help finish the job instead of going at a slow and steady pace that can easily be maintained. Instead, you want to rush through it because you've got other things to do. I'm still hearing that others need to follow your lead. So yeah, Taurus, you can be very strict and demanding right now. Some of you, although I've been trying not to say it, Spirit has been hinting at it. Whoever it is you're directing and guiding, and I picked up one with the 8 of Water, I'm hearing living vicariously through you, so you may, in a sense, even though you mean well, trying controlling someone's life because you're vicariously living through them, where their success is your success. And like I said, Spirit is presenting it as a strength, but in your present moment, you may be overdoing it. You may be overdoing it for yourself and others. Because don't get me wrong, some people need that support. To help them move things along if they're not able or having difficulty doing it yourself. But you're taking it to the next level. You are definitely taking it to the next level. Now, based on the current energy that's showing up in this reading, there are 3 different paths or courses of action Spirit is saying you most likely take based on the current energy. The first being the 4 of Water. I don't know if this is you saying this or somebody else, but the first thing that I heard was you doubt me. You doubt me, you question me, you criticize me. You don't think highly of me, you think poorly. I'm insecure, I'm insignificant. There's nothing good about my capabilities. I would be lost without you. So either this is how someone around you feels, or this is how you make them feel. That without your support, their world will come crashing down and they would most definitely fail. There's someone around you that's viewing themselves as a negative lens, but the way the energy is reading is I'm not pointing fingers, but it's coming across that you're the main cause, that you are the mirror reflecting back someone's deepest insecurities. If this is how they already feel about themselves, you basically reinforce it with everything you do for them instead of letting them stand on their own 2 feet. Again, I'm not accusing you, Taurus. This is how the energy is coming off. But on the other hand, you could be unintentionally fueling these insecurities by the words you choose to say, meaning you can say something potentially harmless, But in their mind, you're degrading them, humiliating them, talking down about them, and that's more of their problem than yours. I'm just saying, in some way, shape, or form, you are drastically influencing someone's negative worldview about themselves, whether it be intentional or not. The second course of action or path you can take, you have body and mind. I'm hearing your thoughts influence your thoughts influence your actions, and your actions speak loudly about your thoughts. I'm hearing you think highly of yourself and your capabilities. You can do more than others around you and work at a faster pace. You have a tendency to get things done when it's important to you, and your actions prove it. But at the same time, the actions you take speak volumes about what you think of others and their capabilities to contribute to a situation. Okay, sorry about that, Taurus. Should be no more interruptions, but where I left off was with the body and mind. But what I was saying is that your actions speak loudly of what you think regarding the capabilities of other people. Nothing will get done without you. Your wisdom and guidance is most important to have ultimate success. Now, this is not your viewpoint, but this is the sense that other people are getting around you. Now, people around you may be thinking that you say what you say and do what you do for the greater good is for the benefit of all. And in a sense, that still is coming across to be true. But they feel a type of way about it, and the way the energy is coming across is that you're taking notice. You're becoming more aware of how your actions are influencing the thought of others, and I'm hearing change your way of thinking. Maybe my way is not the best way if it's going to alienate people. So if you haven't already, some people may be thinking, I'm hearing, of switching teams to a new project group. What's the point of trying if you're just going to take it over? So yeah, you're becoming more self-aware. Like you're picking up on the changes in behavior, whether it be a subtle look, attitude change, and you're starting to have a difference of opinion, like that your way is not the best way. Maybe you're going about it all wrong. And lastly, for the last choice or course of action you can take, you have the 9 of Fire. I'm hearing there's beauty and uniqueness. I like the energy I'm getting from this card. There's creativity and uniqueness. It's okay to be different. A single rose doesn't make a garden. Sometimes you can't shine alone. Some things burn bright when they're accompanied by what makes it greater. I don't know, with the Nine of Fires coming across as celebrating individuality. And one's own differences, what sets them apart, is what makes the team stronger. So you may be embracing the differences of all around you. It's not that you're no longer saying that my way is the best way, it's just that you're considerate to the fact that everyone has something to say. Something to contribute. Just because their way is different doesn't make it wrong. And that's what makes it special. Wait. I'm hearing it counteracts it. I'm hearing it counteracts the unfortunate decisions you previously made. So for some of you that this does apply to you too, if you either made a mistake or if someone had an idea that's greater than yours, you're not being egotistical, you're not being prideful, you're not being, oh well, I could have thought of that. It's more of accepting the fact that you are wrong and stepping to the side. So someone else can share the spotlight. That's not to say you're not directly in it. It's more of you're sharing the position with someone equally deserving. Okay. So it's a Nine of Fire, even though it's celebrating individuality, you may be learning to work more as a team and bringing everyone's ideas or differences together. Hearing being more open-minded. And lastly, what you can expect over the next couple of weeks, you have the Scribe. The Scribe is typically someone that takes down notes. Someone who takes down notes, good at dictation. He doesn't recite back what you want to hear. He views the information objectively. I'm hearing the good and the bad, it all becomes one. That in some way, shape, or form, it's all for the greatest benefit. Even though there's negative commentary, doesn't mean you don't take it as, what is it, constructive criticism? So yeah, over the next course of the weeks, you may not be playing a leader role, but more of just listening to the voices around you, being objective, I know I said no more interruptions, but thinking back into the energy of the reading, yeah, you're taking on constructive criticism. You're not, it's a little bit strange for a Taurus, but at the same time, I can know if you respect it. You're not being stubborn or giving unnecessary pushback. You're taking in constructive criticism that's being made. For some of you, that may include diversifying work, like instead of taking on all the tasks solo-handed or picking who you think would be the best person for the job. Tasks are being formulated based on individual strengths and weaknesses. So for some of you, if whatever it is revolves around work, like if this fits more with your work life, but I'm hearing you're also taking what's being said to heart. I meant no ill will. That was doing what was best. So moving forward, the energy comes across, or as you're taking down notes, learning today to do better tomorrow. To move forward on the right footing. Okay, let's clarify Taurus' spread, please. Oh, crap. See, I was going to say I really want to clarify like all three options. Just see what's going on there as well. Let's see what else comes out for Taurus for clarification. Anything else? Okay, you know what? I'm not even going to do that. If it's meant, that means it'll be placed. Wait. Wait. Is main or a side message? Okay, father. Not it. Not it. 8 of water. Wait. I'm gonna scribe. Yep. Wait. No. Wait. I was hoping to also clarify the 9 of fire. Can we please also clarify the 9 of fire, please? Either the 9 of fire or the 4 of 9 of fire and the 4 of earth, please. Y'all saw that too, right? Wait. Is this for the 9 of... Dang, Spirit really does not want to clarify the 9 of Fire. Well, if you're said all that needs to be said. Okay, for Father is clarified by wisdom. 8 of water, heartache and loss. 4 of earth, third eye. 4 of water, crown. Body and mind, you have power. Scribe, have love begins. Interesting. For the Father to be clarified by wisdom, usually wisdom speaks to someone entering your life to teach and guide you, to offer words of wisdom. But I'm hearing with this card, you're both the teacher and the student. You offer words of wisdom, provide great advice. You may not always do it in the most friendliest of manners, but it gets the job done. But you can use some constructive criticism of your own when it comes to your socialization skills. I'm hearing you're more adept of pushing people away. Than being endearing. Although your advice is seen as words of wisdom, you can do better in offering them in a more gracious manner so they will be better received. Although it's understood you mean no harm, there's more than one way to deliver a message. For the 8 of water to be clarified by heartache and loss, this is a mental card. And all I'm hearing is that maybe you missed out on an opportunity and you don't want to see that happen to someone you love. Because for you to go through it is one thing. For someone you care about, you'll be devastated, especially if you don't do everything in your power to make sure they succeed. Okay, so now this makes a little bit more sense. Because like I said, you got the negative aspect in this card, but in a more positive way, because you're not satisfied with what someone else has. You're helping them reach their goals because where they are now is not good enough. But your motivation behind that is more of because you know what it's like to miss out on a good opportunity, and you don't want to see them go through that same heartache and disappointment. So I'm hearing you're doing what you can to bolster their career. For others, it could also be social status. For the 4 of earth to be clarified by the third eye chakra, use your discernment and your intuition to let you know when to back off from a certain situation. Not all require your assistance, and even your intuition says you're doing the most. So even though in your present moment So for some of you, your intuition may have even been telling you that if you need to back off a situation, leave it alone, sit down, rest. But I don't know, your mind and ego may have been getting in the way. Because you know how sometimes when you get the feeling that you need to slow down, you need to rest, it'll be fine without you. But then your mind starts playing tricks on you like, what kind of leader would you be? What kind of friend would you be? What kind of parent would you be? You're supposed to be the team leader and take charge and direct how this goes. Even though they didn't ask for your help outright, you know they're going to need your support. Your mind may be telling you various different things to keep you stuck, overextending yourself when you have no business. When you have no business stepping up or stepping forward because the situation does not require your assistance. And again, first be clarified by third eye chakra. Spirit may be advising you to listen to the intuition, listen to your intuition, listen to your gut feeling. Listen to your intuition. You're not being a bad person, you're not being a bad friend, you're not being a bad parent. Your intuition is guiding you to take care of you, take a moment to take care of you during the times when you are not necessarily needed for assistance. Wait for you to be called upon. That's when you can voice your opinion or offer advice and assistance. But with four of water being clarified by the crown chakra, you could quite possibly be aware of what's going on behind the scenes about either this person in particular or a group, of how they perceive you, because you are receiving spiritual insight and messages. As to why others may be reacting poorly to the direction you're giving, the opinions you're sharing, the criticism that you're offering. And to you, it's not subtle. Whatever you're picking up on, some of you may actually be dismissing it, thinking you're overthinking things, you're reading too much into a situation. No. Spirit is saying you're not. If you're picking up on the negative vibes, the negative energies around you, any resentment, because like I said with the Four of Waters, there's something you're saying or doing that's reinforcing someone's negative perspective about themselves, whether it's intentional or not. And with crown chakra being here, you're being advised to listen to your intuition, to listen to the messages you're receiving about the energy around you, to help you avoid it getting any worse than what it already is. Now, with the body and mind clarified by power, there's power in being self-aware of your own thoughts and your own actions. Your thoughts and actions don't just influence yourself, but influences others. People move based on the responses they get from others. Right now, those around you are responding to the actions you're showing them. You don't trust them, even though that's not what you believe. That's what you're showcasing. There's power in standing down. There's power and being self-aware of your own thoughts and how it's influencing you to make bad decisions, leading to the wrong course of action. So like I said, with body and mind, you're becoming more self-aware of how your thought of your of the effect of your behaviors have on others and the thoughts they're stemming from. So with power being here, it's just reinforcing that there's power in acknowledging that, and in a sense admitting when you're wrong in something. There's power in adjusting your behavior. I'm hearing to make peace with those around you. And lastly, for the scribes, clarified by Love Begins, this is a card of emotion. By listening to others and hearing the opinions of those around you, I'm also hearing for how you screwed up. It's kind of like a starting over energy where they know your heart's in the right place. You don't mean any harm. You're looking for insight as to how you can move forward more productively and caringly. You're not trying to antagonize anyone, more so be their support that they didn't know they need. So with Love Begins, you may be explaining why it is you do things you do or say things you say, and it's being received well, especially when the people around you are letting you know how they truly feel and what can be done better. I'm also hearing that it helps responding maturely and respectively, showing a side of yourself that they didn't know existed. So it is quite possible that you to be like more stubborn, reluctant to change, but by you taking time to listen, I don't know, the people around you may be changing their viewpoint and how you really care or feel about them. But anyway, Taurus, that's the reading that I have for you. I apologize that it went so long. I did not expect it to go so long. If you did like the reading though, please like and subscribe as there will be more videos to come. See you later, Taurus.